Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Christian Adventure Gamer, and I am your host, Daniel the Paladin. In this video, I'm going to be going over the setup for one of the quests, the initial quest actually, of CoraQuest. So, before we dive into this, I do want to talk about a giveaway that we are having. I'm giving away a copy of Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, to one lucky subscriber. So all you gotta do to get entered is be a subscriber, and then email me at christianadventuregamer@gmail.com, and in the subject line, go ahead and put Jaws. In the body of the message, give me your contact information, and then if you win, send this out right away. So hey, hopefully you get entered, and hopefully you become a subscriber. Also, if you are a subscriber or you have just become a subscriber, go ahead and hit that little bell icon down below to get all my up-to-date content. So hey, let's get to it, right? Also, I want to mention that I do have a Patreon page, and if you're looking to support what we do, go ahead and check that out. There is a link in the description below, and hey, I would love for you to be able to support us and what we do here. Alright, so we are going to go down to the table. Alright, so we have the contents in the box, so let's go ahead and start taking stuff out. We have the CoraQuest stickers, rule book, which we will need, set that off to the side, and we'll need the quest book, or the book of quests. So now we can start taking everything out and starting to organize what we're going to need. So, for instance, we don't know which heroes we're going to need, so we'll set that off to the side for right now. We do need the dice, so we'll go ahead and take these out. So give us a good shake up. They're all ready, all random. Set those off to the side. Not sure which bosses we're going to need, which monsters we're going to need. We will need the standees, so I'll go ahead and dump those out. Set the bag to the side. Some spiders we will need, definitely will need those. Because if a threat token cuts off the threat track, or the countdown track, I guess is what it's called, spiders will come out. So let's go ahead and get some cards out. So we will be playing with 4 heroes. So we will need 4 of these player reference cards. So let's set those off to the side. Then we're going to need that, unless the adventure says we're going to need this. So alright, let's go ahead and go to the first adventure. Alright, so Fangs for the memories. So we're going to need A, B, C, and D. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the basic dungeon cards. They're going to be numbered. So these ones are not numbered. They actually have letters. So these are all the specific ones, it looks like. D, C, B, and A. Alright, so we're going to set that there, and then we're going to find, there's the bosses, some more monsters, heroes. Alright, there we go. Set those off to the side for just a quick moment. We're going to take the starting tile, put it there, and then we're going to make sure we have all these different tiles here. So, and we're going to actually shuffle these up. Oop. So now we're going to set 1, 2, 3 down, and we're going to do that 3 more times. So we got 3, 3, and let's set the third one here. Put these off to the side. All right, we got 4 stacks of 3. Now we're going to need tiles A, B, C, and D. So we go, so A, B, C, and D. Right, these will get set off to the side. So these are going to get shuffled, right? No. So we're going to go D, C, B, and A. So now this will go on the bottom and shuffle. And we got C. So C, yep, gets shuffled. Goes on top of that. Then we have B. And those will go there as well. Next we have the A's. Boom. So now our dungeon deck is all set up next to the starting tile. So we got the Unwelcomed. We got the countdown track there, so we'll remove this one. So in here it says we're going to need orcs, goblins, gremlins, spiders, and giant snake. So let's go ahead and get the giant snake out. So that's going to be the one monster we're going to need. I don't see any other monsters here that we will need, other than we will need its hit point tracker. So the bosses do have a hit point tracker. Set those off to the side. Go ahead and give the snake a standee base. There we go. Alright, so now let's go ahead and make up the monsters. So let's go ahead and pour those out. Get rid of the bag. So we have rat folk. Those are goblins, rat folk. This is a gremlin. Gremlin. We got some orcs here. Then we have another goblin, rat folk, gremlin, and goblin. Alright, so we do not need the rat folk, so I'm going to put those back. So we'll start populating the monster area. So we'll set these guys off to the side. Then we got some goblins. I like the way these fit. They don't fit too tight and they're not too loose. So I don't feel like I'm damaging them. Alright. Those guys are ready to rumble. Set those off to the side. Snake. And we have our gremlins here. There we go. So those guys are ready. So let's go ahead and get their cards. So we can set the hero cards aside because we haven't picked our heroes yet. So we're going to need the gremlins, goblins, orcs. Didn't say anything about a treasure critter. Didn't say anything about rat folk. We are going to need the spiders, and we need the snake. Alright, so these will get set off to the side now. Put them back in their bag. So we're actually going to flip them to the green side. So this is the standard side. So this will actually go next to the board area. So we have goblin or the gremlins. So the gremlins are going to go next to their card. And then we have the goblins. So let's go ahead and move these spiders. These need some bases as well. So I'll move this to right here for the time being. Then we're going to get some goblins. We got orcs. Orcs there. And we're going to need spiders, and then the snake is here. He's got 14 life, so we'd set this to 14 to start off with. Alright, so the spiders. So all the spiders have a base now. We have the snake right here. So now we gotta pick our heroes. So we're gonna need somebody that has some range. So I think the crossbow dude is a good one to have. A healer, definitely have a healer in a party. You do have to play with 4 adventurers. So then we have wizard. We also have a wizard in the party, and then we need a tank. So let's do sword girl. So we set these off to the side, back in the box. We are going to get some tokens out. So first thing we have is the threat token. So that comes and starts there. We have the exploration token, which goes there. And we actually have tokens that match these characters. So we need wizard girl, crossbow dude, healing cat, and then sword girl. Let's go back. Alright, so these will actually go next to the countdown card. So the way countdown card works is if you don't explore, it causes the threat to come down. If the threat comes off, spiders come out. So it does increase the difficulty. So it's very important to explore. So this little marker here indicates if you have explored. So when you explore, you would take this off and put it next to your character. And then during the cooldown, you put it back. However, if this is still on the top of the stack during the cooldown, that's when this comes down, possibly comes off. And special abilities. You have special abilities on here. If you use your special ability, you're going to take your matching marker. So let's say we use this Sword Girl. We use her special ability. It says you and or one other adjacent hero becomes determined. So we take this and put this on number 2. What determined means is you actually flip this card over, and it's going to give you an additional die to use. So apparently, the determined is this side, or the not determined. So the standard side is this side. So when you use the determined action, the special ability here, it flips this over, and then it shows here that you get one additional white die to use. So for instance, Crossbow Dude, when he's determined, he gets an additional white one. Healer Cat, there we go. And then we have Wizard Woman. Boom. Alright. With those, so for the determined side, it doesn't make much sense to have the wording here. And you stay determined until you get a success. Once you get a success, you go back over to your regular standard side. And then we have the dice here. We have the tokens. Now we got to get our standees out for our adventure. Different tokens we're going to need. So in a easier game of CoraQuest, you can play with the second wind potion. So what that does is if your hero goes down to 0 life, you'll actually be revived and go back to 4 hit points, and then this gets removed from the game. However, in a standard game, you do not play with this, and if any hero goes to 0, you lose. So we're going to remove that. We're going to take the treasure tokens. We're going to set them next to the stack here. That way, they are easily accessible for when you flip over a tile. So if you flip over a tile that has an open chest on it, so let's see if we can find a couple in this stack here. I'll move this over, take this off. So we have... So these indicates what kind of monster you're going to put here. So for example, this is an orc, and this would be a goblin. So no chest there, no chest there. So we have orcs there. All right. Oh, there's an open chest. So then if this was revealed, we take this chest marker, place it over the top of it, and then an adjacent hero can open the treasure, removing it, showing that it's been opened. Alright, then we have some condition tokens. We'll set those aside. And we have some splat or hit tokens. Those are for monsters, and when we do damage to them. Set those off to the side as well. Get that off of there. Now we're going to need our hit point trackers. So we have 4 shields that are hit point trackers. We're going to need Healer Cat, Wizard Woman, Sword Girl, and then Crossbow Dude. It gives us 4 other heroes to play with if we wanted to. Let's get the standy bases. And bada boom, bada bing, bada bam. So then we'll take the hero phase or hero player aids, right? And set that there. Give it a character card, and then place that person actually on the board somewhere. But for starting, I'm gonna put it here. And the starting shield, Crossbow Dude, Healer Cat, and Wizard Woman. So each person is going to have their own starting shield, starting hero phase card, or I should say player aid card, and starting hero sheet. So that is how the game starts. But before I forget, I need to set up the cards. So we have the items here. Let's go ahead and set those off to the side just for display purposes so you can see everything out. We have the weapon cards that will go here. And we have the treasure cards that go here. And they'll all be shuffled and all right. Setup is now. If you enjoyed this setup of this game, we are ready for Fangs for the memory, and hopefully you stay tuned and watch us play this. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.